Yes, welcome to Keep the Ball on the Ground with Paul Gascoigne, Gaza here and Jimmy Five Bellies.
What's happening, Si? Alright, mate?
How are you? Alright, the nipples are standing at attention, young man.
Big man, isn't
I
he?
know, my God, man.
You can hang a duffel coat with 2 cans of bottles of Iron Brew in his pocket.
Si,
If I could
Look at this, what have we got here?
Gym Paradox. Si,
This is your Bible, Slaney.
correct. Remember I had the press-ups last week when I was struggling?
get a wee moment,
But now,
aye.
anytime I feel that I'm having a wee lull or a point, Si, I'm going down the way, I just read a wee page of this now, so I must take this everywhere I go. So if we ever do a podcast and you see me with foot this, Si, make sure I upload it, mate, alright?
Right, okay. And Kev had an appointment today. Where were you, Kev?
On my appointment, I was just getting the car MOT'd.
Have you
No,
alright?
no, but it's
Aye,
not.
everyone's fine.
It was a boob job, Si, but no, another one, how would you call a boob job? They're trying to reduce them.
Oh, a reduction.
What you saying about the...
You're looking well. What's the thinking behind the
Well,
Dortmund
You
talk?
like it? Well,
Aye.
it was a
This is
pop-up
amazing.
shop in Glasgow, mate, so we went up.
Oh, that's right. You're going there last week.
But was this not what we bet they wore when you and him used to share a room?
Did you feel that was his nightwear?
What in the bottom half?
Mate, honestly, see that.
German sausage.
A Bradford.
Bradford. What about the guy we done?
This is why he's bought it back. There was a boys done with a Dortmund tap. One Dortmund tap, and we found about
20.
20 Dortmund taps. And just like, man, that's a good tune. 20 taps.
He's like that.
He's walking about the shop, but Kevin, I think he's actually went bought 20 taps just to show off to us. So it was pathetic, the guy. Wasn't
Right, big news this week.
Aye.
Paul Tim's got a new bird.
No, I did see a post.
No. Oh, he actually has.
He's got a new bird, mate. What's that? Is it over now?
It's over, Si. It is over. I said to him, go and fly your wings. Si, do you know what I mean? I said, go and unleash yourself into the wild.
I've heard a rumour.
No, Si, please.
I swear I heard a rumour in a story why they broke up.
No.
Now that wee Frimpong's back fit, and you know that he's for Holland,
Aye.
him and Paul Tim started doing Dutch ovens. And Paul Tim put his head under the covers, but it was more than a fart, he followed through.
Good on
Well
him.
done, Paul.
Good on, big man.
Yeah.
I like it, big man. Is there a Rangers version of Paul the Tim?
I don't know, we need to get one.
We need to find
Why
that.
don't we make him the Rangers
No,
version?
no.
No, I know who could be the Rangers man. Greg the Wild Toss Wild.
He could be
He
it.
should be like he's that guy, shouldn't he? What was his performance last
Go on,
week?
talk to us about this before.
Oh, it was magnificent. He cracked me up, Si, some of the ones.
You
with-
want him all the time, didn't you? He made you look like a genius.
Oh, he made me feel so smart. No, he was amazing. I honestly, Si, he cracked me up, the boy. A lot of people, though, after the show, floated him up, Si, and said it was like watching somebody different because in the changing room he doesn't speak. So, Si, I don't know what was going on there.
Kev, what do you make his performance?
For me, he's obviously not the sharpest tool in the shed.
Yes,
he's,
well
certainly,
done.
he's certainly not the brightest kid I've ever come across. But he's enthusiastic and he was up for a laugh, up for a bit.
That's all you ask for, isn't it?
Of course it is. We don't want any boring boys on here.
But listen, lads, I've had a problem this week. The lights in my house keep going out, and you know a good sparky.
I tell you, I do actually know a good
This is wild.
sparky. Wildy's sister.
Listen, I love overall equality, Si, and
Equality? Who's he play for?
No. Si, women know that, and guys not doing all the same job, but I certainly had to take a second guess, Si, when he said his sister was as fat last week. I didn't know
Brilliant,
what
that.
that meant.
Also, we were at the Hydro last week.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
It was,
It is absolutely huge.
I actually had
It's
a lump.
absolutely
I actually
class.
had a lump in my throat, Si. It was just the most amazing feeling, Si, wasn't it? And it was actually quite emotional thinking where we came from.
It's always better to look at the crowd than it normally is looking in. So that was a new experience.
Piece of
So,
cake. Be a
piece of
character
cake.
for a young
What
man.
about your
Used
what
to
about your change room? You happy with that?
But you used to ask for a changing, I can't believe it.
No, we're
I'm
quite
not
happy to
bothered,
share.
mate.
I'm
There's a dartboard
demanded.
in one of them.
I
so I'm quite
demanded I
happy.
had men changing them.
Aye.
And did you hear what they said? You
Why
could-
do you want your own? What you going to be doing in there?
Exactly, Si. We're in there for 9 o'clock in the morning, so I might give my man a wee place, Si, to enjoy themselves. Just take it all in, Si, you know what I mean?
Right. He's been telling me all
No.
week he's got an announcement.
Aye, I'm excited about this.
Right, so here we
Guys,
go. What
I
is it?
swear to God, I've never
I've
been
been
this
trying to get to
excited. I've been screaming. Si, honestly, I've never felt this in my whole entire life, so here goes, right? So Friday morning, right? No, Thursday at midnight. So 11:45, Si, I fall asleep, right? And I doze off, and I wake up at 11:55, and I send a person a message. Now, I don't send a message on Instagram to somebody. No, I don't send message to everybody or anybody. I don't know why. This person is a god, Si. So I did
He's
send,
huge.
right? So I've sent it and woke up to a reply for them, Si. Are you ready to find out who it is?
Go for it.
I've never been this excited my whole life.
I'm kind of nervous.
So what,
Si,
did you
are you ready?
follow you back, or did you just...
No, they've not followed back. Which, listen, when you ask that to them, so I've sent the message telling us about the show, and they've replied. So check this out. I go to sleep listening to Open Goal. Have done for the last 2 weeks. I watched the on the road stuff a while ago. Cy Ferry puts me to sleep most nights with a laughing face. Right? Love it. Not going to be able to make me because we're going to come on the hydro side. But I'm chuffed you dig me because I dig you. Are you ready?
You pal there?
Let me see.
No way! Hey, oh, there she goes! No time team in Vertigo. I'm ready to start a candidate.
No way!
Wait, how do you see that? How do you see that?
Wow!
Yeah,
Robbie Williams!
What
So
did
you
you
do
write to him, sir?
So I would
Hi
just...
Robbie, since I've been a kid, you've been my biggest hero in the world. Last year I went to a podcast called Open Goal. It's a football podcast, but it soon became very much a comedy show. It went from a podcast where me and two other guys sat around having a laugh. Two other dicks, sorry, sat around having a laugh. About to perform at a sellout crowd at the SSC Hydro. It's like, mate, there's going to be a few special guests coming on, but my dream would be to have you come on and blow the roof off the Hydro. Love you, King. Slaying it. So check this out. I go to sleep listening to Open Goal. Have done for the last 2 weeks. I watched it on the road stuff a while ago. Cy Ferry puts me to sleep most nights. Haha, love it. Not going to be able to make me, but I'm chuffed you dig me because I dig you.
Wow.
But look, so I set my picture of the calendar up my volume. And then I thought I made a mistake, Si.
What's that you're holding in your hand? Look at the calendar.
No, Si, but look, the message was in the morning when I seen it, but look, my reply, 2:43.
So
I sent 4 messages after and deleted them because I went, oh, I don't fucking write that to him. Overthought everything, Si. I thought, oh no. So I finally went with that one there, Si.
The start's terrible. Woohoo.
Why did I do that?
Woohoo. I've never been this excited in my life. This is a dream come true. I'm going to phone Cy and my man and now to tell him I feel my arse is about to collapse. Do you have any ideas or wee tips how we can make it a show at the Hydro people never forget? Love Slary. Loud music, great banter, some local acts, local comedians, give away some free shit. You'd be surprised how excited people get for a t-shirt. Unbelievable.
So then I said,
you can read the rest.
No, I sent a big massive paragraph and then he sent a wee love heart back, Si.
Did he?
It's the most amazing feeling. But Si, listen to this.
Man.
Slaney, what a guy.
No, but listen, he is, I mean, the show, this is like messy messaging.
I prefer Mark Evan.
I like Gary Barlow, to be fair.
Going to let me finish because I might get overexcited. So wouldn't it be amazing if for now to then we get Robbie on a podcast?
Oh, it'd be
That would
a big
be
Stoke
amazing,
fan,
wouldn't
innit?
it? Because he done with the one with the Geordie boys and it was amazing. But that was about his career and his life, which was amazing. But say we could take it, and his football background because he knows that he loved Port Vale, didn't he?
Yeah,
So it'd be amazing.
That's his face to it.
But Si, he invited the boys to his house, so it would be amazing, Si, if we could go to his house. Do you know what I mean? Si, I don't know if we would.
You can speak to Robbie. I'll go with you know who. She's a cracker.
Oh, absolutely magic. Si, but is that not just amazing?
Oh, well done, mate. That's
still
tremendous.
I was
Just shows you, didn't it?
We went for Capaldi and we were just at that level, aren't we?
But I thought I was going to phone Si about a million times, and I was like, no, I can't. I need to phone on the podcast. I need to wait to the podcast. But it was the most longest weekend in my life, Si. Holding this out.
Millennium!
What's that other one I like? The
Red Box.
No,
I was going to phone him.
I swear to God, I can't actually believe that he's kept that quiet.
Oh, mate.
You must have been like a...
To be fair, you are like, remember Gary Barlow went through a dark stage?
So when I come out the other end at the Hydro, I'll be like on the piano singing
A Million Love Songs.
Yeah,
that was. By the way, this is tremendous. Right,
how does that sound?
We're going to go to a bread and butter football.
I don't think we can go there.
I don't think we can do anything.
Why don't we just do a podcast on Robbie Williams?
Aye.
Do you remember the one he came out with Rock DJ and he just had his wee pants on? Oh, you reckon came out with that at the Hydro?
Well, did you get the tattoos and that?
Oh, the tattoos and all that. That'd be
Boys
amazing.
getting high and the girls getting low. So wave your hands if you're not with the man. Can you kick it?
Yeah! Right, here we go. You ready?
Oh, magic side.
You want a wee 10 seconds to calm down?
Try to read a page.
I'm going to read a wee page.
Get a page of that. Kev, I'll start with you then.
Yes.
Rangers. Tremendous second half against Braga. Expect them to take it to St Johnstone. Why did they not get the knock-on effect? What went wrong?
I can't figure Rangers out. Do you know what? I was sitting there last night thinking about it, looking at the topics today, and obviously Rangers was going to be a main topic today. And I'm thinking, like, what has happened? Try to pick a point that's where it's all went wrong. I think the worst thing they did was beat Celtic.
I think.
I don't know why I come to that conclusion, but when they beat Celtic, they looked so assured, so confident. They looked like they could push on and win their game in hand, go top the league, and maybe see it out. But since then, it's went the other way. They've had one shining light, which would be the European night.
Yeah.
But like you say, the higher Thursday night Europa League, after being 2-0 down and potentially could have been 4 or 5 down, to come back and actually win the game, it's going to be difficult over in Braga. But they know that they're there to be had. But to go, the pitch is no great at St Johnstone, but it works for both teams. But I think it was just a case of kamikaze defending because both goals were shocking.
But why domestically they're struggling so much when they play so well in Europe? Because I've got here they've got more domestic problems than George Slynn. Is he back in the house?
Yeah, it's but I wouldn't read another page after that comment.
But like, you see the quality that Braga have got. How can you beat Braga and then you're in? My take on it is, why didn't he start the team that finished against Braga?
Spot on.
You're on an absolute massive high. See if you need to go and play Aribo left back, go and play him left back. You're going to be attacking the whole game anyway. Why, when Canberra comes on, makes that sort of impact? Is he on the bench? Kent, who is a shocker, starts.
Yeah.
I mean, on both sides, for Kent and for the players that are not playing, it's just a massive. It doesn't really matter what we do when we come on. We're not going to start the game.
It's one of the most. It's probably the best point we've heard on that because it's so true. He was going to bring on Halliday that night and didn't, and brought and kept Aribo at left back and put on an attack. I think it was Greg Stewart. So why then bring Halliday in yesterday and then take him off at half time? So I couldn't believe that. Why not, as you said? That team that finished were absolutely buzzing, and do you know what? It was one of the best results in European we've had in a long time.
Second half Rangers were brilliant.
Amazing. Considering the performance that Braga put in, they were absolutely amazing.
Braga are a good team.
Excellent side, and for Rangers to put in that and show the character to come back and win that game was exceptional. And for them, I think that was totally wrong for Gerrard yesterday to play that team. That being said, the players on the pitch.
See the likes of like Canberra. He came on a few weeks ago and he scored a goal that was disallowed. Great finish. And we've said in the show, I've said particularly that he is a good player. There's no ifs or buts about it. He's got a bit about him. Morelos isn't firing in all cylinders. He's still working hard and he's still trying to do the right things. It isn't working. Canberra come on during the week and done very well. Like, why don't you start the two guys up front? Like Celtic were struggling with one up front for a while and they moved it to two and it's worked for them. And they've stuck with it and they're able to change it between European nights. Why not start the two? And if they need to, like, for the European nights on Thursday, just play the one up front if that's what they need to be. But when you're going away to St Johnstone, you know that St Johnstone's going to be dogged. You know they're going to be... St Johnstone's thinking, yes, we'll get a point. If we get a point out of this, we'll be able to win. They're going to need to score goals, Rangers. And they play one up front, a guy who's no scoring goals at the minute, who's no at the top of his game. You've got to be playing Canberra up front with him.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Take the pressure off him, Morelos, a wee bit. It was the whole same with Tavernier when he was going through that wee spell, or the free kicks when they're working and things when they coming quite often. He was getting a wee bit of stick. So he come off the free kicks, Barras had started taking them. It's the same with Morelos and Canberra. Maybe chop and change him a wee bit more.
Talking about the pitch, Ibrox pitch. Terrible, wasn't it? But did you not hear it shouting during the first half?
I heard it.
Check the state of Glen Kamara. Oh, Glenn had a shocker, didn't it?
Aye, my goodness, what looking through that man's head, oh my God, you can feel it though, you could actually see him hiding. I could see the times the ball with the full-backs had it, and the two centre mids for Braga, and he was in between the two. Didn't want it, and I've done the exact same before in my life.
I know Stephen Davis never had a great game, but again, he's not played him yesterday, and it's a game that they lose with drop points that Stephen Davis
I don't know what the deal
Stephen Davis would play every time for me if I'm a...
And if maybe he's about his age, bring him off if you don't think he can last the night.
Do you think with Ryan Kent's situation that...
Let's talk about Ryan Kent. Good.
Do you think that because he's paid £7 million for him, that old thing that you've got to play him to justify why you paid
that's bullshit, do you know?
I think that philosophy is bullshit.
Yeah.
But do you think that's what's happening at Rangers? The fact that they've went out and spent... When was the last time Rangers went out and spent £7 million on a player?
I don't think Jenner would be that type though.
I know, but
well, it's shown it is, but...
It's like you said it a few weeks ago, Simon, about he's not won anything. He was just a reserve player at Liverpool, and all of a sudden he's been on loan. Aye, and you're absolutely right. He's not the finished article. He's got a long way to go. But last year, was he riding on the crest of a wave that because Rangers were performing a wee bit better, they were getting results, he played well against Celtic, was his confidence up? And is this year, because it's not quite happened and he's not got the hit the ground running as such since he signed, is he struggling a wee bit at inner confidence? Does he maybe need to commit the team to take a spell out to maybe work on things and look for an opportunity to get back in?
You know, see, when I played, the worst thing that could have happened to me was if I knew I was going to play every week. I think you just kind of get in a lull. Whereas, see, like the Canio, mate, see, if you never played well, it didn't matter if you were the best player in the team. See, if you never played well, you wouldn't play the next week, And Rangers just didn't have that.
Well,
it's the same team every week, no matter what the
It's
results
always
are.
one or two. There's a group of 14, 15 players that just seem to kind of rotate. One comes in, one comes out, and it's the same ones all the time. I don't know why that is.
But even guys like Greg Stewart, why put them in? The guys that are in there are no doing it.
Can't believe it. And Kent the other night was, I'm not going to include Cameron because he was that bad, but Kent was probably the worst player on the pitch side for him. And for him to keep playing that, I've been very high praise at Kent. I certainly think so now. It's not even that he's not even doing it, and he looks very poor. And for, as you say, guys like Greg Stewart, who have proved it in that league side that they can play, and when they've come on, they make a difference. And why are they not getting a chance? I can't believe it.
Is he trying too hard, Kent?
Of course he is.
He's trying too hard. Get to that point where he's going out to matches and he's thinking, right, I'm going to play well today, and he'll keep trying and nothing's working for him. Whereas, like Slaney, good point there. Like, see the likes like Greg Stewart, they're seasoned pros in the Scottish Premier League. They know what it takes to go away to St Johnstone and get a result. That's when you need to put the types of guys into the games, because I know the pitch was shit, and the pitch was shit during the midweek for the Rangers game with the weather. But it's the same for both teams. It's a bit windy yesterday, and obviously the first goal, just kick out the park. Like, where's he trying to kick that ball?
But why is it? I can't understand. Why is he not changing it?
I've never seen it.
7 games in a row.
I've never seen Edmundson have. I've not seen him have a shocker. Why is he not playing?
He played and he was very, very. He was great, and Gerrard was praising him up. He had a great game, and then he came out and not played again after playing really well. And then his players get in there, playing week in, week out, and they've been absolutely rotten. And they're as if they're just going to play every week.
Look,
I don't understand that.
My opinion of the Rangers defence, and I've been critical of him before. See, Goldstone, I think he gets away with murder.
He plays every single week.
Right? And I think genuinely, I don't know what it is, but he seems to hide away from the negativity. Never gets it. It's always Katic or Barisic or somebody else that's came in, or Andy Halliday, who's been a mateship. Goldstone never gets it. If you look at St Johnson's first goal yesterday, Goldstone's in no man's land.
He never reads the flick on.
He likes to sit back away from the game so that he can see to give himself a chance. Whereas the first goal, was it Katic or Barisic? What one? Katic, right? Forget what Katic has done that's led to goal. Look at where Goldstone is in relation to the goal. The ball's come up long and the boys want to flick it. Goldstone's 5 yards off him. See if Goldstone's tight to him and wins the header. He never gets the flick on for thing but to make a mistake. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, he was off his man.
He was off his man, so he's got to be more of a leader in the back to the two. I don't think he is.
How come Gerrard, he always has a go to defence, but never really the attacking players?
Can't understand it, Si. See, at the moment, Si, I think Gerrard's lost. I think he's lost. He doesn't know what he's doing with his team, and that isn't a criticism, Si, because he is a young manager. So he's
never experienced
exactly.
Stuff like
so at the moment, I don't think he knows what his best team is. And yes, they proved that when he starts Halliday and then takes him off at half time. If you are confident in your decision, so you don't take somebody off at half time. I know that he's changed it with the result, whatever. But that being said, I think Gerrard's miles off it. But the players are a disgrace. The players are an absolute embarrassment.
Going from being so good to what they are now.
Oh my God!
You think from the Celtic game, how dominant they were in both Celtic games, cup final and league match at Parkhead, how dominant they were. They looked a very accomplished side who you thought, like, Celtic fans would have been worried. Whereas now, it's miles away. Like, has Gerrard now got, can Gerrard pick his starting 11 and say, right, I've got at least 5 or 6 bodies in there that I can trust who's going to give me a 7 or 8 out of 10 today? I don't think he has that.
Nah.
And there's too many inconsistencies and up and down performances from each individual in that team that he's basically putting a team out there hoping that they're going to turn up today. And they're not. There's too many.
The confidence is gone now, Si. The confidence is shattered clearly. But you'd thought a result the other night on Thursday would have got that
exactly,
back. And if the confidence is gone, then why do you keep playing the players?
They've lost confidence.
I've lost the confidence. Bring the players in, like a Greg Stewart, like the Canberra start. Why don't you start them or whatever? So I think that they're miles off at the moment.
Right, we need to get a shout to St Johnstone because you got slaughtered today for saying they're hopeless. Did you say that?
No, I did say that. You're right. I did say they're hopeless. I just meant in terms of like Rangers should be going to St Johnstone and getting a result because they beginning the season. I'm going to be the first to put my hand up. We did give Tommy right a bit of a hard time beginning the season. It took forever to win a game. But look at them. I think if they'd have won yesterday, they'd been into top 6, or are they just sitting off top 6? There's a point or something in between them and top 6. What a remarkable turnaround.
Just looks like a Tommy Wright team for 3 years ago, I think.
But that's what you said. You said they maybe changed their performances to try and a different breed because the fans weren't too happy. They wanted to do this passing and moving and stuff. Whereas yesterday was a bit more direct, played to their strengths, and I think that's where you're seeing the benefits of.
What does that say?
Nobody likes a victim.
Well, stop that, man.
Tremendous. But St Johnstone as well, some good young players. He's brought in. I seen the team yesterday, full of youngsters, full of enthusiasm. Good. St Johnstone.
No, Simon.
Colin Hendry's boy as well looks a good player.
No, Si, and
absolutely nothing like his dad. He's got a touch.
Not at all, Si. And I've actually not seen the boy play, Si. Right. So I'm not going to tell lies. But what I'm going to say to you, Si, you said a few you've been critical of Tommy Wright. I don't think you have. You said that Johnston have totally went away from what they were successful with. You kept saying it's not a Tommy Wright team the way it's getting played. Now it looks like it's back to that size. So once again, another manager has listened to you again.
We've changed this.
But no, congrats.
Stevie May's back as well.
Si, he's a good player, that boy. He didn't work from other clubs and stuff. And
what does that say?
Nobody likes a lick arse.
Simon.
Your spot was I'm one of the biggest lick arse that's ever happened, and that's why I'm my biggest bitch. So later on I will talk about you behind your back this time.
But Stevie May as well, I think it helps Stevie May when he's playing up.
Stevie May's had a difficult time coming back to Scottish football because he's not scored the goals that got him away from Scottish football. But he looks like he's enjoying it again. And like you say, it's very hard to put up front your own. So now that he's playing with another partner, it makes it a wee bit easier. But it was a good instinct to finish. And again, go back to the Rangers defending. There was nobody was marking anybody. Everybody was just hoping that somebody was going to clear the ball, and it fell to Stevie and a good turn and finish. So no, St Johnstone deserved a point yesterday, and they deserve where they've got to in the league because they've worked hard.
Look, I'm going to go and watch St Johnstone next week. Do you know that?
Good.
They've worked hard. They've worked hard. I think they didn't win a game for like 5 or 6 games with 0 points.
Yeah.
And we did say we had a go, but we did say that Tommy would turn it round. And you know what I mean, fair play.
Well done, Tommy.
Hands up. Apologise, Tommy.
Alarm bells ringing at Ibrox. We'll maybe get Wildie's sister to sort the alarm bells.
Maybe Jennifer needs McAllister to put gel in his hair,
Social media was saying that if it wasn't Steven Gerrard in the post, if it was a lesser name, he could be sacked.
Well, let me just say, since they've come back, if that was the foreign bloke, I didn't have a clue.
Kashina.
If that was him, if this was Murty, he'd be getting slaughtered. And of course, the players, we've said, have been shocking, but if some of the stuff Gerrard's done, and especially this weekend when he's no followed up for the Braga result, the team that finished, if that was another manager, they'd be getting slaughtered. He spent a hell of a lot of money, Steven Gerrard, much more than other managers in the past, and guys like Warburton. He spent much more than them. He's a young manager, but you're at Rangers Football Club, it doesn't matter if you're young, old, or mediocre.
What? Young, old, is that an age, mediocre?
Correct. So I'm saying he's getting away with murder, and he's been getting away with murder since he came here.
Wow.
And this isn't because he's Rangers. If he was in at Celtic as well, if this was Neil Lennon that done that, I'd be saying the exact same. I'd be going to say a word about it. But no, listen, I think he is getting away with murder again, I feel at the moment he doesn't know what he's trying to do out there,
Okay, Kev, I had an argument with Delisle, who plays for us, big Rangers man, and he says if Gerrard doesn't win a trophy this year, he would still keep him for next year. Would you go with that? I said there's no way that can happen at Rangers.
My argument would be, I think I agree with you to a point.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. Because nobody likes a lick arse. But secondly, can Rangers afford to hunt for a new manager in the off-season? Bring in a new set of players.
Bring Walter for a year.
I was just going to say, if I was a Rangers board, I'd be on the phone.
But forget Walter Smith and the fairy tale stuff for that. Can they afford to bring in somebody totally third-party alien and get a new team that's going to be able to stop Celtic 10? Your own option was, before you interrupt me,
alien?
Would be to bring in somebody like Walter Smith, the old school, get them back in and make them, but then do they have any old school players who would relate to Walter, Codes, Durante, McCoist? Do you know what I mean? Like when they had the helmet Rangers, they had McCulloch.
The helmet?
They had Wallace. They had.
So do you think that Steven Gerrard could get better out of this group of players than Walter Smith could?
I don't think anybody can get the best out of this group of players. I don't know what
No,
it
I
is.
disagree.
I don't know what it is. I just think that I think the pressures of playing for Rangers is too much for some.
Wow.
Well,
but with Walter Smith signed the right types, he knows what it takes.
That's what I mean. He would know what it. Of course he would. Would Walter Smith be interested in coming in to like if he did come in and stop what potentially could happen? Would that go down as one of the like a great like career moments in his time, because Rangers fans would certainly appreciate that.
So here's the question: if Rangers don't win anything this year, would you keep Steven Gerrard in the job?
No. And again, I always get back to if there's sign side, if Rangers went for the league this season side and there may be a game away, but they played great football and they were very close to doing it, there's no sign side them even the league's over by February again.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. Remember, I'll keep always going back to this, Klopp's first season or 2 seasons side, he never won it, right? But you could see there, if they bring a few players in, they're exciting. There's something going to happen special at this club. At Rangers, at February again, 2 years in a row, they're out the league. That isn't acceptable, Si. And of course, the players aren't good enough or aren't producing, but it falls down to the manager, Si.
Yeah. He
sets the mentality, which I keep on hearing Gerrard saying the mentality is weak. The manager sets the mentality, don't have weak players in your club. And if he doesn't win anything again, Si, do you know what? Even if he win a cup,
if you won the Scottish Cup, would that be enough?
I'll have my doubts because of how easily they've let the league go.
Yeah.
As a Rangers player, and I don't care the amount of money they've spent. I hear Rangers fans saying, "Oh, we need to put things into perspective. 5 years ago, we were doing it." But a lot of nonsense. You're now backside all the money you've spent. You, as Glasgow Rangers, you must be going for that league every year. And by February, the league's done already. So for me, it's worrying because of last season's side. But Rangers went on a run at the end of the season again, and everybody thought Gerrard's the man. But it's all right playing under pressure. I don't know. Si.
Why have they done so well in Europe? Because they have done really well in Europe. Some big performances. They beat Porto, obviously beat Braga.
Is it because the majority of the team, the foreign players, seem to find it easier playing against European type matches, whereas the dog and the horrible shit on a Sunday afternoon up in Perth, howling a wind, -2. Is that I don't know, but again we'll go back to Rangers when the first game of the season after the break, Stranraer, one of the best, and then we said, "Oh, it'll pick up." We've probably done about 5 or 6 podcasts since then, and nothing's picked up. They've had 45 minutes against Braga on Thursday night, and that's been the lot since they come back. And I don't think any Rangers fan would disagree with that.
No, I don't know either. Right, on to the Braga game. Can they go through? Braga are a good team, but I've got it here. Braga's defence are higher than Kevin Kel's cholesterol. How high did they put by? All Rangers needed to do was kick the ball over the top of them.
I'm surprised they've never done it more.
I know, but Gerrard, I did see him keep telling him to do it. But can they go through? 3-2?
I think, for me, I would like to think they could go through, because it would be great for Scottish football, it would be great for Rangers. But I think Braga, if they do their homework properly, they'll look at how they performed on Thursday night and they'll try and rectify the problems that gave them problems. And I think it'll be a totally different ball game out there, because as naive as Braga were in defence, they were very good at going forward. So it works both ways.
Can I just say, you did call that Rangers would turn it, would give a big performance.
I did say, didn't I?
Because I was about to mess you when it was 2-0 Braga slopping you, but that totally changed when it went 3-2.
Paul, can they go through? I think this might suit them again, just sitting in, letting the other team have the ball.
Sitting in, I think it'll be a very, very hard game, Sire.
They are good, aren't they?
Magnificent sign. Even in the Portuguese League, they've been brilliant. I think they beat Porto in the cup final.
You were messaging me asking why these players are so much better than our players on the ball.
I actually messaged Si during the game and said, asked him why are the Braga players so much more comfortable and gifted on the ball. And I watched it with Atletico Madrid, the youth, the Rangers youth, a couple of weeks ago, and they were much more gifted. Si, why is it? It's a quick. I know you're a genius with your football.
No, I just think that they're better taking the ball under pressure than what we are.
Is that coached?
Of course it is. Every day in coaches, somebody's up against you when the ball's played in. You need to deal with it. I think they're better at that. We didn't take the ball when there's a man standing next to us. We didn't pass it to somebody.
Because I see a lot of midfielders dropping back away into where the centre half is.
To just pass it
because
back.
Because he doesn't want to be in midfield receiving it because there's somebody
next to somebody 2 yards for them.
So, but on the game side, do I believe Rangers will go through? I don't know.
All that for that? That long pause that for another?
They have a chance.
Yeah.
They have a chance, and what this might do for them is defensively they've been slaughtered, right? And the defence is costing goals. Is this the night this Thursday, where the defence put a performance of the ages where they give themselves a right good chance of qualifying? And will that maybe get them going for the season? But Gerrard's got to identify who he can trust in that back four, back five, whatever he does. What will he go? Will he do a 4-5-1 or will he?
It's got to be 4-5.
Aye. So Rangers are always going to be, I would imagine they'll be under pressure, but things like set plays, corners, free kicks, that's where your opportunities are. Can you get a breakaway? Can we get two wingers who can? I just think that Rangers they've got to do their research correctly here, because it is going to be a tough game, but it's a huge opportunity to get into the last 16. And then you could be drawn against anybody. There's a right good chance here where it'd be amazing. But even just like an all UK match, like Man U Rangers or Arsenal Rangers or whatever, Wolves Rangers, it'd be amazing for British football, Scottish football in particular. But Rangers have got a chance. Let's not rule them out, because I certainly don't think.
Rangers got the win, got Scotland.
Higher up.
An extra Champions League place.
We want to put us. I always believe Scotland's one of the best countries in the world. Side with everything what we've achieved in our lives. Side Scotland, snooker. Who's the best ever? Stephen Henry.
John Higgins, the two of them.
No, John Higgins isn't he? John Higgins is behind.
Right, other than snooker, what else are you giving us?
We've got Colin Montgomery. Golf.
Darts. Gary Anderson. The world champion. Peter Wright, Scottish,
and Gary Anderson.
But they're behind Philip Taylor's side.
Best
but
podcast.
what I'm going to say is about Sir Alex Ferguson. We talk about the Premier League being the best league in the world and had done. He dominated that league for years. The Scottish man ripped all that league up. Do you know what I mean?
Shut it. Right, Celtic came back for a goal behind to beat Kelly. Rufus-less since the break. Is that the difference, Kev, between them and Rangers?
But I think they are breathing after negativity coming from across the other side of the city. I think, like yesterday, I know, and like for anybody to think that Celtic, I'm keeping an eye on how Rangers are getting on at St Johnstone, would be a fool. So they're going to start the match knowing that 3 points a day, that'll take us even further clear. So for me, that alone breeds confidence, because
but also Rangers are making it easier for them.
They are making it easier. But if you look at the way some of the Celtics play, the two front boys especially, some of the link-up play, the 1-2s, the round the corners, some of there was a ball coming to Griffiths there in the second half, and the deft touch into Edward's feet, and Edward put it wide. That's the difference. The two strikers up front are linking with each other. The midfielders know that they've got all sorts of options, whereas Rangers, when they're going forward, it's like, we've only got Alfredo up there, who else are we? And it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah, definitely. The thing that impressed me yesterday was they Brown, they Forrest, and Celtic still very comfortable.
Yeah. I actually think this might be stupid, but I actually think sometimes in a home game at Celtic Park, maybe
You're going to say the better with it, Brown?
No better with it, but take maybe a Brown out sometimes in home games when the teams are going to sit away back and maybe playing an extra forward player like a Christie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes listen, you play best Scott Brown if the game is fit in every game, but maybe sometimes the teams are going to sit in. It's probably not that maybe the worst thing can happen.
Because you don't need him there.
No.
That's the thing. He plays in majority of games because you need that holding midfielder. But when you're playing against Kilmarnock, even though they went 1-0 up, they went sat straight back. Brown's just a waste of a body, but he doesn't need. You don't need him in there doing. You're needing more creative players to find gaps.
And McGregor was brilliant yesterday. See, sitting had so much time with the ball, just picking me nice passes at Roger.
He's really found his feet. McGregor. This is probably the best he's played.
I would say he's.
I think it'd be very hard.
I think the break's done him a bit world of good because he's played a lot of football, hasn't he?
I've heard that there's
Leicester, supposedly Everton as well. Looking at
Everton and Leicester are going to.
I think he's maturing.
Is he the natural successor to Scott Brown too?
He can be if he wants to be, but he's more creative.
Yeah.
The Scotland boys, Johnny Russell said that when they were away with Scotland, obviously Robertson's the captain speaks, but McGregor's very vocal as well, Si.
I seen him in the warm-up yesterday. He was
Getting
on
the
it,
boys,
people
which is
like
brilliant to see, Si, because when I played with McGregor, it was me doing all the talking. So
he's just copied.
maybe he's just
on what-
learned it from my
He's
mentality.
putting on what you told him, passing it on. So it's your, so it's up to you again.
Once again, it falls down to me, Si. But no, Si, it'd be great to see. I think what Celtic are going to need today, Si, and hopefully the day, I think Edward and McGregor, they're going to need to sit them down in the summer and offer them whatever they want to keep them for that year, Si. And you couldn't begrudge them, Si, in the next year if they left. Do you know what I mean? The 10 rows are most important, but they're that special players, they might want to go elsewhere.
But McGregor, for me, is better when he's going forward. I like him better when he's running forward.
For me,
I think he's good at scoring goals, great technique.
I think when you watch him, he does a lot of simple things. But see when he's under pressure and he's running with the ball, he's quick with the ball when he's running, he's direct. We'll talk about earlier about the continent and players being more comfortable. He's one of the few Scottish players that you can give him the ball anywhere.
He's the one that
and
can take it
he
under
receives
pressure.
it.
Yeah.
His body's always on the right side. He's always got an awareness of where the person marking him is, and he's able to turn in coordination as to where. And I think that's what gets him the accolades that he's getting now, because he is a top performer.
I never seen the game yesterday. Was where did Christy Nogic play?
So McGregor sat, Christian Rogic either side.
Oh, were they, aye?
Yeah.
I like Big Rogic.
He's caviar. He's caviar.
See to have him coming back at this time in the season, and it's a great option to have.
Yeah.
Like take Brown out, put McGregor sitting, and have Christie in. In Chan, what happened to him? Did he just get a rest?
I think so.
Aye, but to be fair, he's
He
done
was still
brilliant
trying
as
to turn
well.
like Copenhagen.
Aye.
Now, Gain said like a lot of positives, but there's one guy that's trying to spoil the 9 in a row. People are saying bio, but I'm saying fucking non-bio. Coffee the big man.
Was he playing yesterday, Si?
Shocker. Missed for 2 yards, yeah.
I picked him up in a taxi, right?
Is it just confidence thing? Sorry,
I picked him up, right?
So it's your fault?
I got a job come up for, I think it was like Vacuum.
I heard you were feeding him sausage rolls.
And this big tall boy was standing. I was like, geez, he looks like a football player. And I had the wash bag and all that. I got in the car and they says, Celtic Park, please, mate. I says, no, boss, I'll take you to Celtic Park. I should just have dumped him off somewhere on the road to Lennoxtown.
Brington, you should have dumped him in Brington.
Sometimes taxis, sometimes the back of taxis, they leave you boxes of mutton. Isn't that? Kev leaves sausage rolls in the back of it.
Why would I leave them? I like eating them.
Exactly.
Copenhagen as well, Thursday. Should have had the tie done in the first half.
The tie should have been done.
Not like Big Edward to miss chances he did. He missed a couple yesterday as well.
The thing is, he's getting the chances. He'd be worse over.
He makes most of the chances himself, doesn't he?
So, but no, like you say, it would have been nice if they had beaten Copenhagen over there, like 3-4-1 or something. But they haven't. Big Forcer's kept them in it with a penalty. Can Celtic come to win the tie at home on Thursday? You would like to think so. So, big game.
Yeah.
Big game for
both
both
go
clubs.
through, Paul?
I think so, Si. Even the way the game ended, they also had the what's the word?
Momentum.
Yeah. And but I think, Si, with the way it goes as well, I don't think they're great.
Nah, I don't think
they're very good at all. We just watched them. Compared to Braga look really good, Si, but they don't. I don't think they're a good team. I think Celtic will take care of them.
Millennium.
Celtic.
I just want to feel
real love.
He's actually
Wow,
good song.
he has got a good
Maybe
voice.
that's just singing the hydro.
Duet, the hydro.
Fuck all anyway.
Just wanted to ask you quickly, would you break the bank, say like for Fraser Forster?
Yes.
Yes.
And he's at an age where I think he would quite happily see his career at Celtic.
Yeah.
Man's just a mountain, man. Imagine taking a penalty against him. Don't get me, Brophy had a great finish
That's a
yesterday.
great finish, mate.
Great finish.
Again.
But,
sorry, Joe.
But he's a big lump of guy, isn't he? He's commanding.
I need to give Kilmarnock credit as well. I thought Kilmarnock, the last couple of times I've seen them, by the way, you slaughtered them. Finlay was good, mate.
I like Finlay.
Finlay was good.
No, do you like Finlay?
Who, Donald Finlay's boy?
No, Si, I've played with Big Stu, and
he was good on the ball, mate.
I like, but I think he's a good
better
guy.
than
It's stupid.
Actually, I want to say the new, and I don't know who I'm unpleasing here. I'm making upset. See, Stephen O'Donnell and Stu Finlay's agents. Si, they must be a couple of joke figures. They two. How did they two not get moves in the summer? Si, you know what I mean? Listen, I might be getting myself into a wee bit of trouble here by saying that.
I think O'Donnell will leave this summer when he's going to sign the contract.
There's talking going to Celtic. Whether he's at that level, I'm not really sure. But if it's no, you should still have another club elsewhere. And then Stu Finlay's well. I think Stu Finlay's very good, Si. I like that big boy a lot.
Left
Is
back
he the
was
most
good as well.
pleasing on the eye, Si? Ability-wise, maybe all right. Facial, maybe no. But Si, no, certainly with Big Stu, I've got a lot of time for him. I think he'll get a big move, Si.
Left back was good as well. He's been good the last couple of times I've seen him. Left back.
Who was that?
Can't remember his name, but
Was Greg Taylor's brother playing as well?
that's what I was going to say. Greg Taylor and his brother shared a pitch yesterday.
Oh, it's
Did
amazing.
You and your brother have shared a few things in your time.
Certainly, Si.
Baths.
Baths. We used to
Last
obviously
week.
the baths. We talked.
Oh, it was his birthday, wasn't it?
Birthday yesterday, so I washed him thoroughly in the bath. Si. But no, it was.
He's got the bigger set of Henry Halls.
I actually believe that me and the brother, two combined, Si, wouldn't they? Actually, two of them are still tiny together, Si.
Is your brother like you?
Not
In any way, like...
No, Si, he's such a smart
He's more
kid.
chilled.
He's such a smart kid, Si.
Aye. You're down yourself, like, you're very smart.
I know.
You were able to write a full message to Robbie Williams privately and then tell us for 3
That's
days.
amazing,
That's the most amazing thing.
That's amazing.
I feel like greeting.
What age was the brother?
He's 29.
Is he the older brother?
Is he
I'm the
pathetic
youngest. An embarrassment to his lines.
to the family?
And that's saying something about how pathetic that family is. Here,
Right.
right. Your old job back, no? Do you?
What job's that? He's not happy because I've got my cup of
Yeah, you've
tea.
got me. That one, I wish I never wrote that now to you.
No, one likes it. But...
You'll text later and say, can you get that bit taken out?
I've actually not done that this year.
We're going to preview the Scottish Cup. More frustration for Aberdeen. Losing it up to Ross County.
Removing your gremlins. Go and walk out then.
Losing to Ross County, after going down to 10 men. Are they in danger of a cup upset this week at St Mirren?
I think it could be. I think cup ties can always go Si anyway. But I'm actually getting the word sympathy for Aberdeen Si. 10 men, 1-0 up, and then goes down to 10 men. Do you know what I mean? So
Was that a send off?
I don't know.
Poor
Si.
second yellow card.
Hard one for the ref.
Poor second yellow card.
Poor yellow card.
Like, it is a yellow card, but it's poor for the player to be doing that, knowing that he's on a yellow card. Would you agree?
Yeah, you just didn't do it. If you're
You just don't do it. You just get yourself away. You keep yourself out of trouble. But he cost Aberdeen the 3 points on Saturday.
Yeah.
The young boy Campbell. Is it Campbell?
Dean Campbell playing against him, no bad.
He'll learn from that. It's a mistake. Derek
Must be
McInnes.
so frustrating for Derek McInnes. So you
Do you think
feel like
he
you're
went-
picking up and you get a...
But Aberdeen had chances. But see, to be fair to Ross County, see the 2 goals that they did score? Some lovely passing. I know they had an extra man advantage, but some great passing. And see Billy, from a striker's point of view, heading goals. That's as good as a header you will see all season.
Billy Mackay's done it for years, hasn't he? He scored goals for years.
But
He's the best player in the world, but in the box,
you know what you're going to get
goals,
from him.
don't you? Yeah.
The second goal's poor because that run that Billy Mackay's made, that should be tracked.
Yeah.
That should be tracked and should never be lead to the... But however...
It's when you go down to 10 minutes, they sort of things that you need to do better, don't you? You need
of course,
to
you need to be more
play the
switched
horrible
on.
side, yeah.
But then McInnes will be raging because that was an opportunity for 3 points at home. Try and keep the third place. But it's making the third place running a wee bit tighter. I know Hibs are creeping up there. Levy, what about Levy?
Oh, brilliant.
The bus driver's doing an unbelievable job.
He has.
But
But just on the cup, we're going to stay with the cup. Will St Mirren cause an upset against Aberdeen?
I think that if St Mirren can put in the level of performance against Motherwell in the first half and the other week in the replay, why not?
Yeah.
It's just, they seem to be able to score goals, but the gates just seem to open up at the back as well for St Mirren.
They've lost Paul McGinn, who's a big player for them.
And the big boy up front for St Mirren, Obika,
yeah.
I think he's decent. He'll cause
Played with Big John at Swindon,
Did you?
Shell
Aye.
Lincoln, didn't he?
He'll cause problems. He caused problems.
Oh, he caused us fucking loads of problems,
on and off the
Session record, man. Nah, I'm kidding. That was decent, John Obika.
But no, in all cup games, there's always a room for an upset. And the way Aberdeen, if St Mirren were to go a goal ahead, alarm bells will start ringing. So I don't know.
Give us a wee prediction for actually the Aberdeen St Mirren. At St Mirren.
I'm going to say St Mirren will go through in penalties.
Wow.
I think so, Si. I think it's... and then the pressure will build up McInnes, which I don't think it should. But on the cup, I think St Mirren's going to go through in penalties.
It's a replay, Paul.
What does that mean?
So if it's
Play
a
a game
draw,
first.
I'll go up to
Oh, is it?
Pataudry.
So you're thinking ahead.
Two draws and
thinking
then
ahead,
penalties at
I mean,
Pataudry.
it'll be no, penalties, Si.
Brilliant. St Mirren's game against Hearts was called off Friday night. Will this wee break give Hearts a better chance of beating Rangers? Hearts, I mean...
Do you know what? I'm at that point where when we talk about Hearts, we're struggling
Yeah.
to actually figure out how Hearts are going to come out, what Hearts is going to turn up, because they turned up against Rangers for 90 minutes and that's been it. That's all we can really shout about.
Yeah.
Stendel's brought in a couple of players. To be fair to Boyce has come in, scored in his debut, hasn't really
Done much.
backed that up. That's no one, because he's still got to find his feet, get back into knowing his teammates. But Hearts are needing desperately a big performance.
See, with Hearts, have they got players to supply? Have they got a playmaker that can supply Boyce and Naismith?
No, that's what I was thinking
The
the
only
other day.
boy they've got, Machino. Would he come under that
But
category?
he's more of a striker, as you know.
I think he's just off a striker.
And they've got a lot of like Jamie Walker type guys in the middle of midfield, but in terms of width,
But see, Jamie Walker, he played his best football wide right for Hearts. Just stick him on the wide right to help put crosses in for Boyce and Naismith.
He's a wide player all day.
Jamie Walker, I think so.
I didn't know him other than that. I thought that's what he always
do you think Nazy could play a bit deeper?
I would Scotland centre forward, mate. I'd play him centre forward now. So, I don't know, what do you think?
I just think, could they play like HPAZO and Naismith and Boyce as a three? Do you know what I mean? And just get to the point where make teams defend, put balls in the box. If it falls down, Naismith's there, Boyce is there. Make HPAZO, make him effective. I don't know. I'll wait till the game.
See what you're saying? You just didn't even know where to start with Hearts.
No, you don't.
We've been honest, this has been fair way. Remember we actually said we need to stop talking about Hearts because we're talking about them that much. This is still the same stuff we're getting.
I know, it's like, there's nothing.
Can you not get us a wee bit of insight because you used to play? Can you find
Phone locking, go
Phone
phone
locking.
locking now.
Please, somebody phone them now, and we'll go at that.
What's happening at Hearts
We'll say,
locking?
we'll say it's a Hearts director, listen, and we'll say Stendhal's about to leave the club.
Do you want to take it?
On standby.
You want to prank her?
Oh, please, go on.
Are you going to do it?
You're good at prankies, your voice.
And I'm not feeling it.
I
bet
think
you
service. You get service.
Nah, no service.
No service. I had a phone Lockie and says, here, Lockie, Jim Jeffy's on the phone. They're getting the gang back together.
Brilliant,
Wee
man.
Billy's been on the phone, he's pure excited. They're getting rid of Stendhal for the run-in.
You Billy Brown?
Do you always do that? Smell a pish every Monday?
He's really no happy, is he? He's really no happy.
I didn't mean that, man. Did you say you spray your oaks to the pish? That's rubbish, I know.
Obviously,
Right.
the other tie, Celtic away to St Johnstone. The Sunday showing that St Johnstone could give Celtic a game.
I think so, Si.
Uh-huh.
In the past, Celtic have really battered them. But every game's different, Si, and especially I keep saying about a cup tie. The pressure's on, especially Celtic with this, going for another treble again, Si, and it'll be.
But you just look at Celtic. St Johnstone have gave
options.
everything at that game on Sunday. They're going to play the same 11 again. Celtic have rested 3 of their best
It's
players.
Celtic's
They'll come back
options.
in.
It's
I know they
Celtic's
play
options.
Copenhagen on Thursday, but
It's the options, like,
Yeah.
it's like we're talking about, because St Johnstone gave Rangers, who at this moment in time are on the same level as everybody else in the Premier League, Celtic are a league above them now. That's just where they are.
yeah.
So when Rangers get beat with Kilmarnock and then Celtic play Kilmarnock, Celtic turn Kilmarnock over quite comfortably, even though going a goal down, there doesn't seem to be any effect. Whereas I still think that St Johnstone will give Celtic a better game than they did the last time at McDermott Park, because
Yeah.
Celtic were absolutely invincible. That first 45 minutes was one of the best I've seen. There'll be a better game, but I still think Celtic will be too much for them.
Do you think Tommy's right's ever tempted when he knows it's going to be like Celtic bombarding him to play himself and go? You know he's a goalie.
I think goalie's stinking, isn't he?
Nah.
Is it no?
He's
No,
he's
that's a Hearts goalie.
he's hit a wee bad patch, but he's a decent goalie.
Is he?
Is
Aye.
that Clark? Is Ander Clark?
It's Ander
Is it-
Clark,
Oh no, but he's good.
He's
He
decent.
is good, that big guy.
He's had a couple of blunders, but he's decent.
No, he is decent.
Finally, Hibs are at home to Championship Inverness now. That's a 3-hour.
Inverness?
That's a 3-hour.
Who's Inverness?
I heard it there.
I've got it cold, mate. John Robertson will be on the council gritted for 3 hours on the bus. So what a journey for him. But could the Highbies be a dark horse if they get through this? Which I think they will.
I think
will,
I
Sam.
think they've got a chance.
So do I.
Yeah.
Draw being kind to Hibs. Hibs could see themselves getting close to a cup final this year.
And
Wow.
I think they
Because
could, and I think they could win it.
They're a decent
Yeah.
side.
Aye, I think Jack
We're just
Wilson's
Celtic
exceptional.
concentrating so much on Europe and the league.
In the league, and as I say, the one if games say a cup final. I think, fucking hell, I think house players say. I think they've got really good players.
Who?
there.
Scott Allen.
Scotty Allen.
See that when you say to somebody about Hibs, I think they've got really good players. You say, who? Go Scotty Allen. Who else?
Who else is coming on as a good player? Big Dodgeball, isn't he?
Dodgeball's on fire.
Marty Boyle.
Matty
Very
Boyle,
good.
yeah, okay.
And so they'll have a chance. Si.
Who else?
Correct, Si. Correct.
Ian Murray and Derek Ryder doing well.
But Inverness are a good team, mate. Inverness play decent football.
By the way, what I mean, did you hear see Gary Lineker retweeting
James Keaton's.
How bad was that? Do you know what I mean? I'll speak to Kev about this. How bad was that, big man? The dive. It was never a dive.
You know what? I think
Is it
it's
being kept?
it's one of Scottish football's worst decisions.
It's so bad. Like, she's
ever.
a player grown up.
A young player.
Simon, you're young, right?
Uh-huh.
Your dream, surely, you would always think a cup final. And I know it's not the biggest cup final, but it's still big. Say in a cup final, now that boy's going to miss a cup final. He's an amazing guy.
If I offered you the chance to play in that final, would you take it?
Honestly, say no. I'd hate that.
Do you think that? Do you think between now and the cup final that something will be done about that
I think
decision?
they're reviewing it again, aren't they? So I think you'll play in the final.
Aye, it will get over. Like it's embarrassing for see these three guys that remain anonymous.
I know.
Right?
What people didn't know
should we
is
tell them that
who it is.
who it is?
We're killing Keatsy, aren't we?
Sorry, Keats,
We are
I
the
don't
panel.
like you.
Imagine we
It's-
want to announce it with the
Imagine we
panel.
were the panel.
We are the panel.
We are the panel.
Oh, that'd be class, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh.
Like the amount of boys you've used suspended up for a laugh.
Big Finlay.
Like Stu all the time.
Big Stu might text you after the show.
But he does watch it, he loves it.
Aye.
Cracking big guy.
Right, talk to terrible players. Nah, Stuart Finlay's not terrible, as I said earlier. But Barca got permission to sign Leganes striker Marty Braithwaite. Right, please tell me you've seen that guy try to keep you up.
See the trick he tried twice in a row.
Harry says to me in the garden, Dad, could you show me that trick that Martin Braithwaite just done?
Did you just fall your
I
arse?
couldn't date Harry. I couldn't date me, man. I don't even know how he does it.
See when you're in that position, just storm me the ball, bounce the ball or something.
Think
So
it's
don't try
nerves.
to keep it up. If you're Martin Braithwaite, you've just
It's
seen me
nerves,
Barca.
Well, if you're
To be-
nervous about keeping it up in front of them, how nervous are you going to be playing in
To be
front of them?
fair,
Full
Si,
stadium.
It's that bad a signing. He's probably just been, I'm going at the end.
I'm just gonna
I'm going
do
to
it.
fuck this
To
up.
be
It
fair,
was that bad a
he had
signing.
an assist for Messi in the
Mate,
first
he
game.
flying when he came on.
Was he?
He
Set you up.
assisted for Messi, gave him a cuddle, he says, I'm not washing that jersey ever.
I know, and then he
Messi
dinked.
cuddled
Did you know
me.
when he dinked to goal when it was
I know,
offside?
he's alright.
That didn't happen, you said I know as well.
That's like when they ask you about the headspells.
Have you ever decided for somebody in the vast yet? Did something like that keep you up? Or?
No. The worst thing I ever did made me nervous, right? This is embarrassing. We played Everton.
Went on a diet.
No, Everton's second last away game of the season, Everton away, right? So we all took a signed ball out with the team and we were going to kick it at the crowd.
Oh, the crowd, have you done that as well?
Right, so I'm running there thinking, fucking hell, right? So they all started lacing balls, comfortable as fuck, not a problem, right? Into the crowd. So I was like, I'm a wee bit nervous. Only my second ever, first team appearance of the club. And the away end and the main stand, or the other stand at Goodison, there's a gap that sees the hooses. So I fucking thought I'll just kick out my hands safety, right? So I've done like the old Peter Kay safety one. Have it. I fucking missed the two stands. It went through the gap at the hoosing.
Did I not see it?
And somebody straight after again, big man, where's your ball?
I hope you never tell that one again either. Yeah, see what? I feel bad about the pish comment going to slot me then.
No, it's all right.
Just
I
call
don't
us
need
something,
to
man.
slot
No,
you.
please, I'll feel good with
No,
myself.
it's all right.
Please, Kev.
I don't.
Just one comment about my face.
Have you-
Please, back with my
The
face.
guy needs to stop playing Donkey Apple in the frying pan.
Donkey Apple.
I'll feel better than a big man.
Take a page.
Have you ever signed anyone and you thought you knew straight away training?
No.
He's shite, man.
Remember Effie Ambrose?
Yes.
We were in training.
What
one-
a player.
His first day in training, side right? His first day in training, we were doing the wee boxes.
Yeah.
And he just kept being a bobby. But it was like, he's not a player, this guy. And Dylan McGee and Tony Watt studied day two in the possession box the first 5 minutes. Day two had to walk half side in training.
How?
He's just smashed it to them in the wee possession
Oh, what,
box.
because they were giving him it?
No, like they were just keeping the ball off him. He's in the middle. And he went, just study the ball for him had to go out. I know, a shocking story. Like, it's not to do with a signing player, but Si was. But he done well.
Was he terrible though, didn't
It was horrific sign, obviously.
Ambrose,
I
was
think
he,
his best game he had was the Juventus game.
In Europe.
That was a cracking game he had. Remember, he came back to the African nations and played. He was brilliant in that
he?
game.
That's shocking, didn't he? we had remember Vincent Pericard?
Pericard.
Mate, my dude for Juventus.
My dude's was
Nah.
No.
Stoke. Juventus. We played against him at Carlisle, mate, and he was a handful, man. He came to training with us and it was like, he played for Juventus, mate. We got steaming on it out and I went up to him and went, seriously, man, how the fuck did you play for Juventus?
Was
mate?"
he
He was
shit?
like, oh, he was terrible, man. I think he was going through quite a lot of bad, but honestly, like, couldn't control the ball, man. Played for Juventus. Scary, man.
We signed a guy at Sunderland called Milton Nunes, right? And it was like 1.8 million quid. Everybody was raving about this boy Milton Nunes coming to Sunderland, right? So he came in for the first day, right? I swear to God, if he was standing there right now, he wouldn't be able to see us. That's how wee he was, right? So in the reserve game, he turned up. 30,000 turned up for the reserve game to watch this guy. 2 weeks later, we found out we signed the wrong Milton Nunes.
No way.
Peter had signed the wrong. There was 2 Milton Nuneses for Honduras, and we signed the wrong one. And this guy's just rolling about thinking I've just been signed a 1.8 mil, absolutely honking. He played one first team game, and that was
Oh,
it.
that's magic.
See that Pericard, he was the worst trainer since Paul Tim's Gazelles. I think we've done it. Another one we had, do you remember Alan O'Brien? Played the Hibs? I was a great guy,
O'Brien.
mate. Hero, man. Used to go to him every Saturday
He
night.
played with Sheffield United. No,
Nah, he played with Hibs, Newcastle for a couple of
I
games.
do know Alan O'Brien.
Mate, that's what I love this story, man. We were, I had a hard time at Swindon, man. Couldn't get going, wasn't playing well. And we had a great dressing room at that time. Danny Wilson was the manager. We had a guy, Alan Sheehan, he was funny. He plays for Notts County now. And I think we'd beat Oldham 2-1 that night, but Sheens had a fucking shocker. So Danny Wilson comes in after the game. He's like, for fuck's sake, Sheens, you nearly lost us that game. What the fuck is going on? Sheens just like that. Lads, sorry, I had a fucking shocker there. Al, I don't know how you do that every week. Mate, the whole place erupted, man.
Oh, that's superb.
Anyone else terrible?
I'm trying to think, Si, if there was ever a player when I was in the dressing room and they was talking about to sign, the boys were like, fucking hell, please don't sign him, he was that bad. I do remember, when there was talk of wingers coming to the club. And they were. But when there was wingers coming to the club, I used to badmouth him to everybody.
He
was rubbish. I used to always say he was a really bad egg. And it was one I used to always say that I used to go to the coach, he was like, I don't know if I said, I think he's an alright player, but he's supposedly poisonous. I used to say that to the manager, if he asked me, but
he's poisonous.
Anybody that came into my territory, so I will make them feel poor.
It's the worst when you go to a new club though, and your first couple of sessions are not great, you just know that they're all talking about you.
I know, that was me at Wolves. I went on loan to Wolves to Coventry, big mix that kind of, get you over here, man. This is all great, Mick. First day of training was a Friday before a match. And the day I matched, so the worst player gets a fucking big, massive, bright yellow bib to wear and lunch and all that for the next week. I got it.
It's horrible.
I got it and I was like, oh my God, what a fucking welcome to Wolves this is. Don't get me wrong, things didn't pick up at all.
Yellow bib for 3 months.
I had a yellow bib for about 3 months, booed off our fans.
Stains do that.
Oh,
it's
nerve-wracking.
It's the worst, mate. You can tell they're talking about it.
See when I signed for MK Dons, Carol Robinson must have told all the boys before I came, he's like, he's this up-and-coming like wonder kid. And one of the boys, he's playing now for Sheffield United, George Baldock.
Fullback.
Right back, I believe. He's alright, but I mean, I was much better than him. And so he said, we were out, after training, we went out, I can't remember for something to eat. It was like, it was a few months after I've signed, they went, mate, do you know the gaffer says you were like a wonder kid and all that? Like, but he was saying it to me in pure shock. I was like, he's fucking telling me this. That's when I realised how bad I've been. But do you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say.
I know what you're trying to say. He was telling us you're a wonder kid, saying that you're basically trying.
As if he's saying about somebody else, but he was telling me.
That is the worst in football, man. I think going to a new club is the worst.
Do you like that when they do that with just in the yellow bib? Do you like that? I love it if it's
I like it when I've been there for 3 years and I'm the guy that's slaughtering everyone, but when you're new, mate, you're getting that yellow bib.
You're right, but you're so right. See, when you first go to a club, your first session's so important, isn't it?
See, when you get a ball, you just know the manager speaking about you.
Do you feel that when you arrive at a new club, you start doing things that you've never actually done in your life before?
You're right, mate.
With your feet and all that, and you're starting doing all these tricks and all. I'm trying to do step overs. What the fuck am I doing that step over?
You're bang on, actually.
Right, that's us done, lads.
Is it?
I think it's only appropriate that it's got to be a Robbie song.
It's got to be a Robbie song.
Up on the table.
You just want to go for a game of pool?
Nah.
No, do you want to give me a pound? Hurry up, play a game of pool. Go on and slag me one more time before we go.
Up on the table, Robbie.
No, what we singing? Angels.
If you're watching Robbie, that's fine there.
That's fine there. What are we going to sing?
What was his best one?
Angels. I was there to witness Candice's in a business. She comes and she notices her rainbows and her ponies. Hey, ho, here she goes, a little too high, a little too low. No self-esteem is vertical. I think she's made a kind of